What's up, world? You heard it. It's Get Your Man On, a show for men, those who like men, and those who want men to level up. I investigate health, sex, and the newest treatments with medical professionals, celebrities, and thought leaders. A show for anyone with a brain or a body. If you're an expert or know one and you want them to join me on the show, go to getyourmanon.com and shoot us an email. Speaking of experts, we have Justin Turner, physician's assistant, here with us to talk about the most important test, testosterone. How to not lose it, how to keep it. We'll be checking messages on our anonymous voicemail line. We're going to be talking to Justin about testosterone. Will I turn into the giant man? Will I blow up like a balloon? What's going to happen? I just know that one of the biggest things is that if you go online, you're going to find a ton of terrible information. So let's get right to it. Justin, welcome back to the show. Thank you for graciously coming and seeing us again.
Always great to be here, Evan.
Yeah. Really informative discussion about erectile dysfunction last week. And now we want to tackle its twin brother, testosterone, and testosterone replacement therapy specifically. So Justin, can you just give me a broad overview, what is testosterone and what does it do in the body?
Yeah, testosterone is the primary sex hormone, anabolic steroid in the male body, plays a role in development of male reproductive tissues such as the testicles and the prostate, along with providing secondary sexual characteristics like muscle mass, bone mass, growth of hair. It's also involved in health and well-being, mood, behavior, prevention of osteoporosis. It has an anabolic effect, which is where you see the muscle mass and bone density come in. It has an androgenic effect, which is where we see the maturity of the sex organs, especially the penis, our deepening of our voice when we hit puberty, facial hair, underarm hair, things like that. And so it's also a medication we use to treat low testosterone.
Yeah. So how do you know, what are the symptoms of low testosterone?
Yeah, so they're broad. So, decreased energy and endurance is the number one complaint I see as a clinician. That's guys, they don't have the energy they used to, and they are fatigued when they work hard. They lose muscle mass. Even though they're going to the gym, they start to gain weight, especially around the abdomen, the throat. It becomes very hard to get it off. Bones can get weaker. They don't recover from injury as quick. They get nagging pains, don't sleep as well, don't feel as good about ourselves, self-reflection. And then they have their concentration's not as good.
Oh my gosh. Do you how often do you see it in your practice?
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Again, when guys present with erectile dysfunction, you're going to see a higher percentage of guys comorbidly have low testosterone. And so we believe that checking that test is extremely important, identifying it. We see it every single day.
So you're saying if a guy has ED, he's more likely to have
Absolutely.
low T?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And vice versa.
And so how do you get it checked?
It's a blood test, and so you come in, see the provider, kind of tell them your symptoms, and then they're going to draw blood. In our clinics, we typically have that result back to you in 15, 20 minutes.
Holy cow.
But it's a simple blood like it would be for any of your annual physicals.
And so what are some of the benefits of testosterone replacement therapy? How does it help you?
Yeah, energy and endurance and increased desire to have sex. Those are probably the most universal benefits that we see. We question guys when they come in, when they're low, and then we question guys once we have the levels back up to a therapeutic level. And increased energy and endurance and increased libido are the biggest. We see the guys who are willing to get their levels back and stay in the gym. We see the weight loss, the muscle mass. We see decreased aches and pains. We have them report that they're sleeping better and feeling good, not as irritable. We have all those things. But again, universally, energy and endurance and desire to have sex.
Does it help if you just take the shot and don't do anything else with it? Don't change anything?
A little bit, like most things. If guy's deficient and you raise his testosterone levels, I think if they continue to do the things that probably led to them being low, they'll have some benefit. It'll be minor. It won't be anywhere to the potential that a guy who actually takes advantage of the rising levels of testosterone, like working in the gym and eating a balanced diet, sleeping well. Those guys are going to be able to optimize how they feel for sure.
Yeah, I've seen some patients who kind of just needed that edge. They're like, I don't have the energy to go to the gym. whatever. And then they start testosterone and then they go to the gym and they're like, oh, this actually is awesome. And then they start changing their diet. Would you say it's got a little bit of that effect of like, it kind of helps you get to that next step?
Absolutely. Most definitely drive. We talked about anabolic effects. I mean, if you go to the gym and you're constantly breaking down and you are deficient as a male with the number one androgen building process in your body, you're just constantly breaking stuff down. And so the aches and the pains, the fatigue just continues. Our brains are smart organs. They're not going to let you continue to run towards punishment. And so you insert testosterone and raise those levels back up, then you start rebuilding that and start seeing the gains. Exercise by itself has been shown to raise serotonin, make us happier, but it is absolutely a cascade. It can give them that desire. It can be that spark. It can be that fire that you talk about often.
Gotcha. And what if I don't want to take testosterone and replacement therapy? Can I like grab a supplement or something?
Yeah, so I don't have a lot of faith in supplements.
Most shots fired.
Yeah, most supplements are garbage. They're not regulated by the FDA. Don't know what's in them. Very little data to suggest that they can work. Even the good companies, because they're not regulated, you're going to see at best case, going to see individual results. Might see one guy get results, might see 10 guys get results, but you fast forward to another 10 guys, and you're just not going to see consistent results with supplements. You're just not. And we watch guys and measure guys as they go through that pathway.
Yeah, and you think it's because of regulatory issues, like just.
Some of it's science. Again, you're deficient in a certain hormone, and in theory they are taking things that happen in test tubes and trying to apply them in the human body because they're not allowed to test in the human body, and it just doesn't add up. That's not always how it works.
Wait, that's how supplements work? They don't test them in the human body?
No, they don't.
What?
They again, not all supplement companies are bad companies. Some are trying to make a difference, and some of them aren't negative, but the majority of them are. That's my stance.
Oh, dude, you heard it here first.
Yeah,
supplements test in a test tube.
Yeah, $2 to make a bottle. You pay $20 for it. They could care less whether you buy another bottle.
Really, man. And so. I mean, I've heard guys say, "Hey, I took this supplement and it made my testosterone go up."
I've heard it, just haven't seen it.
Oh man. Wow. So you think the best way? I mean, what about? So okay, we don't take supplements. Because I know like Joe Rogan's out there pushing the testosterone type supplements and stuff like that, and I feel like that's probably pretty common as you see influencers pushing supplements and saying it changed my life, but then they're on the side they're also taking testosterone.
Yeah, absolutely.
But what if I don't want to take a supplement? What if I don't want to take how much can I naturally increase my testosterone?
Well, you most definitely can. Again, eat well, sleep well, watch stress levels, watch weight, exercise. Those things improve overall health. When we aren't healthy, it stresses the body. These secondary agents, recharging hormones, and how they respond, they're all affected by stress. And so you take that stress off the body and it will do a better job. There are plenty of medical studies showing that weight loss increases testosterone, exercise increases testosterone. Play it forward by how much, I mean, some of the studies are as little as 10%, but 10% is something, right? And so we always encourage guys just to live healthy. I mean, that diet matters, that activity level most definitely matters. Sleeping well, watching stress, they all matter and they all make a difference. Will it get you to a point where you don't need medical treatment? I don't know, but are they things we all should be doing? Absolutely.
So you said raise it by 10%. So what are we going for, like in terms of numbers? What are you shooting for?
Okay, so hard question. So testosterone, the scale we use is just not the best thing. We use a typical scale of 300 to 1197. We suggest that younger guys should be on the higher end and older guys should be at the lower end. But just to be honest, testosterone has been out for a long time, and we did a very poor job of measuring guys and truly understanding where guys should be on that scale.
When you say we, what do you mean?
I mean the medical community. Yeah, and so it's one of those things we don't truly know. The numbers matter a little bit to me, but how a guy feels, the symptoms are really where it's at. And so I will tell guys, if they come in at 300, I'd like to see you at 600 or 700. But really what I'm wanting them to do is come back in 6 weeks, us have a conversation, and see if the symptoms are improving from the treatment. Gotcha.
All right. When we come back, we're going to deep dive into testosterone, as well as hearing from the best from our anonymous voicemail box. If you have a question for us or need to get something off your chest and leave a secret confession for the world to hear, go to getyourmanon.com.